Hey YouTube, so I'm excited about this video today. We're going to talk about the AT&T Next plan. You've seen it if you walk into a store. You may think you know it, but you probably don't because it's a pretty complicated plan, and I think they do that on purpose. But today we're going to cover three main points. The first point, what is it? I'm going to break it down, explain what it is, my version. And then we're going to talk about the costs involved. What does it cost per month, on the bill, everything, to what do I pay in store? Okay, and then thirdly, we're going to think if it's right for you. We're going to decide that today because it may be right for you, but it may not be for someone else. We're going to answer all these questions. So let's get started. Okay, so the next plan basically is an installment plan where you can break up the retail price of the phone over a monthly period and get the phone at zero cost in store. We're going to talk about this in a second. Let's go ahead and switch over to desktop view. I want to show you a calculator that's a good tool to use before you go in to buy a phone. Okay, so here are the different Next plans. You have the AT&T Next 12, the Next 18, and the Next 24. All this means is this is the time when you can come into the store and trade the phone in and get the next phone at zero cost. You would still have to pay taxes on the new phone, but this is essentially zero cost, so you're not paying anything extra. You pay more for this because you're paying off the phone faster. You're paying the full retail price, and the way you can calculate that is you basically take the full retail price and you divide it by the number of payments. Well, the number of payments is for the next 12 is 20 payments. The next 18 is 24 payments. When you do the next 24, it's 30 payments. Okay, if you divide $649 divided by 20, you'll get the price that they advertise for the next 12. I guarantee you. Now, the thing about it is, what people don't understand is that once the phone is paid off at month 20 or the month 24, whatever you decide, say you did the next 12. Well, at month 20, the phone's paid off, and that monthly payment goes away, and your bill goes down. And you own the phone. You can do whatever you want with the phone. Another common misconception is, at month 1, you could sell the phone. It doesn't matter. The other person who buys the phone could still use it. It doesn't cause any issues unless you report it stolen. That's the only thing that will cause an issue. It'll still work for fine, but if you forfeit payments, that's on you. That's not on the buyer, whoever's using it, okay? So keep that in mind. The Next plan has no bearing on the phone at all. It's not tied to anything, but those payments are still obligated to whoever purchased the phone on Next. You're still obligated for these payments regardless, okay? With that being said, let's look at a website that I use to calculate the value of Next. I go to myattmst.com. I click on Value Calculator, and I get this page. It kind of breaks it down for you and gives you the monthly costs of what Next is. They say whenever you do a 2-year contract, you get no discount on your line. So your line is $40 a month if you do a 2-year contract. With Next, you get a discount on it. So if you have a 6 gig or lower plan, it's only $25 a month for your line. And here it'll be 40 minus 25 is $15 a month for your line. Okay, that stays at that. You're just adding the cost of the phone on the plan. So let's calculate the value as if we had more than 7 gigs and we wanted to go into a store and buy an Apple iPhone. Most people buy an iPhone 6. Okay, so if you did the Next 24, $21.67 is what's going to be added to your bill, but your monthly will still be $15. So $15 a month stays at $15, and you're adding $21. If you did the 2-year contract, that $15 a month goes away, and it's $40 a month. So your bill goes up. It goes up $25. It goes up more than this, okay? And you have to pay up front for it. And there's an activation fee of $40. And there's a 2-year agreement, okay, with a termination fee. So you're still paying for the phone here. People think that I'm just paying for it now. You're still paying for the phone because it's built into the termination fee, and your bill's going to go up. So if you're on this plan, the Next 24 or any of the Next plans is cheaper here because you pay zero down in the store. You just pay the taxes, and the taxes are based on the retail price. We can calculate taxes. Taxes are $649. For me, it's 9% here, so you can just do the math there. That is the math for what you would pay in store in here in Alabama. So, you know, what is that? Let's see, $649.99 times 0.09. Yeah, so $58.40, $58 and some change, 49 cents. Okay, so this is what you would pay in store, 58 bucks, and then you would be adding $21.67 to your plan, and you can't upgrade until 24 months. And at 24 months, you're trading the phone in. But if you waited till month 30, if you're doing the next 24, and there's 30 total payments, month 30, the phone is paid off, and that $21.67 goes away, and your bill is just $15 a month. Okay, and that brings up another point. If you're on mobile share and the phone's paid off and you're just out of contract, out of installments or whatever, then it's just 15 bucks a month. The way around it is if you bring your own device. So if you buy a phone online on eBay, Craigslist, and just put the device on your plan, it's going to stay at $15 a month. It won't go up until you decide to do either the next plan or the 2-year contract. Okay, hope that explains it. I know this is a very complicated plan. Obviously, if you have 7 gigs or more, it's smarter to do because you get more of a discount on the line rather than so that's the best option. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to do a conclusion here and explain to figure out if it's better for you here. Okay, so forgot to calculate the value here. This is important. So whenever you have the 7 gig or higher plan, and we did the iPhone 6 16 gig, let's calculate the total dollar amount. It's showing that the Next 24 is cheaper than the 2-year contract at month 24. Remember, there's 30 total payments though, so we need to add the remaining. We need to add $649 to $360, and that's really what you end up paying. $649 plus $360. That's $1,009, which is still less than the 2-year contract. Okay, and no matter what we do here, it's going to be the same overall. So if you have a 7 gig or higher plan where you get that $25 discount, Next is cheaper. Okay, but what happens if we did 6 gigs or less on the same phone? It's not going to be cheaper anymore. It's showing cheaper here, but when you add, this is the device cost, the light blue. When you put the regular price in there, when you finish paying it off in 30 total payments, this is when you can upgrade. In 30 total payments, that's $649 plus the monthly access of $600. That's $1,249. That's $50 more than this, and you have to pay tax in store for this here. So it looks to me that Next is not cheaper when you're below 6 gigs on mobile share. Okay, so yeah, so this is it. This is the whole point of the video. If you have more than 7 gigs on your mobile share plan, do Next. It's cheaper if you can. It's all based off of credit, and they report to Equifax, so it depends on your credit score. Not everybody gets approved for this. If you have 6 gigs or less, do a 2-year contract. Okay, and also I was gonna say 6 gigs or less. When you if you do decide to trade in the phone has to be in working condition. It can't be broken. It has to be functional. Insurance is recommended here because you're still paying for this phone without. If something happened to the phone, you still have to make those payments regardless. Okay. Of course, the best option to me would be to buy the phone online. It would be cheaper. You could keep your monthly the same. But that's just me. Not everybody has faith with eBay or Amazon, stuff like that. So I hope this video helped. To me, this is the best explanation I can do. Remember, 7 gigs or higher on mobile share, do Next. If it's not, if you have lower, 6 gigs or lower, do not do Next. Do a 2-year contract. And if you have the old Family Talk plan with rollover minutes, you might consider coming off of that because your bill would probably be less expensive. That might be another video. But when you have that plan, definitely don't do Next. Unless you absolutely have to, because that'll just literally add money to your bill. All right, so I hope this helped. Again, my name is Mobile Matt. Subscribe to my videos. I'm going to do more like this. I really like this. And, you know, follow me. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Send me a comment. I'll answer them for you. All right. See you later.